This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union.
All right, for both of you, whoever wants to start, just being on a 3-game win streak now, what's the vibe in the locker room and the feel around the team?
The vibe's really good. Coach keeps telling us to just keep on building on what we got going on here with these 3 games. Even though we got a bye week coming up next week, he just tells us just to go into this like we're about to play a Super Bowl or something. So it's just a nice little vibe going in the locker room, just knowing that we have that 3 games under our belt.
And like Javon said, to build on that, we have a real nice vibe going right now in the locker room. We're going 1-0 every week. It's not necessarily thinking about next week or the week after that. It's just 1-0 every single week.
How good did it feel to get back on the field and then to have a big catch where you keep your balance, you're in the end zone?
It felt great to be back on the field, and I was pretty happy to be back out there with all my brothers. It's great to see everyone back on the field.
An injury like the one you had, what was the process of staying in shape and staying in conditions so that way you could go out there and make plays like you were able to Saturday?
It was actually fine staying in shape. Our strength stats pretty good on that. When we're all out and injured, we still stay on a different plan. I got on a different workout plan. I started working out more. I'm on the bike just as much as they're running, so we all stay in pretty good shape year-round.
Javon, how are you guys doing defensively? Through a lot of injuries through the first few weeks, and how are you guys doing in terms of reps and making sure you guys are keeping your bodies fresh?
Throughout practice, we really rotate a lot to see who can get the job done and who we can count on if someone else needs a little blowing during the game. So we're just splitting reps during practice and getting the mental reps on the sideline while you're not in, and just getting those reps, those game-like reps during practice just really helps us with the loss of Bajor, replacing him with a true freshman, Keitrell Clark. He's just coming in and doing the job just as well as Bajor can do. So just the level of competition is just keeping our defense to what we always go out there and do, and just play our game. We're not worried about what the competition of the offense is. We're just gonna go out there and play our game.
In the last few weeks, the offense has been going at warp speed. They kind of slowed it down a bit. Second half, try to limit the number of snaps you guys have to take in a game. Have you guys noticed any significance in that and being able to not have to be out there for as many snaps each week?
Oh yeah, definitely. Being out there a lot as a defense, it really gets you kind of fatigued in a way because you're getting way more stats than you usually are seeing during the game. So just the slowing down of the offense just really gets us to have more fatigue to go into the game and just play our game like I said before.
Javon, you experienced this game last year in Las Cruces and the trips out there to New Mexico. Do you have a better idea of what it takes to prepare yourself to play in that atmosphere now?
Oh yeah, definitely. Hydration is the main key throughout the week because going down there and the different humidity and all those outside factors that can play a big factor into this game. So just hydration and Coach Dom tells us and his street staff tells us every week, just hydrate starts on Monday. Sunday, not on Friday before the game, not on Saturday during the game. It starts on Sunday. So just that hydration and just preparation that we're going to be taking out the week is really a bigger deal than it was last year.
How well is this defense playing right now, your defense, and going into a game against a team that showed the ability to score points? How much of a challenge do you guys take that as?
We actually, they didn't give up no sacks, so that was our main goal was to get a sack on the board. So after that first sack, Coach Savage told us that the game was going to start to fold. They were going to start to fold a little bit. So we just went out there with the mentality to just, no matter where we are on the field, we're going to get a stop or a sack. So just that mindset of going out there, no matter what the offense does, that we can go out there and stop anybody is just what we really hone in on as a defense.
Coming into New Mexico State, I mean, they've been able to score some points at times this year. What's the key to slowing them down? Some of the same guys look like they're back on their team this year.
Just communication. That's the main key as a defense. No matter where you play, communication. So as long as we communicate like we did Saturday, we really will have a bigger chance to win this game too.
For both of you, you guys have been home the last 3 weeks, picked up 3 straight wins. Your first road trip this year did not go so well, and then last year the team was 1-5. on the road, lost to New Mexico State as well. Do you kind of have a chip on your shoulder at all, trying to go on the road, saying, hey, we need to prove everybody that we can win on the road just like we can at home?
I mean, we're not too worried about really any outside noises. Like Coach Free said, it's just like he said, he loves road games because it's him, us against the world. We're not really tend to worry about anyone else, any of those factors going into it.
Like Noah said, we really as long as we got us there, and that's all that matters. Like that, we got to control what we can control. We can't control the uncontrollables. So as long as we just go out there and do what our coaches prepared us to do all week, then we should not have a problem at all.
Noah, what do you think you can bring to this offense now that you're healthy and back out there?
I mean, I just hope that I could come out there and just make as many plays that everyone else makes, and hopefully, as a team effort, we can just go out there and just make our offense back at the normal speed it was at first, and just keep making plays.
Going up against a defense this week that's given up about 50 a game, I think on average, no more or no less than 30 in a game. I mean, is this a game for the offense to go out there and show out?
I mean, like every other game, every week, we just want to go out and do as best as we can as a team. We don't ever necessarily have a goal, I'd say. Our goal is just to go out there and put as many points as we can on the board every Saturday.
Javon, you got a bunch of young guys in the back end of that defense.
Mm-hmm.
Just how much fun is it to have a bunch of kids back there flying around and making plays, and for you guys so early in your collegiate career to have such a big impact already?
It feels very great. It's just that Keitrell Clark, he brings a lot of energy, like a lot of energy to the defense with his plays that he makes, or just the vocal voice that he has to just go out there and be great. That just feeds off into everybody else in the back end. That energy is just contagious. That once we get the energy going, it just never stops. So I think us young guys in the back end is just bringing a lot of energy to the defense.
Javon, do you feel like the defense kind of made a statement this past week going up against a team that can score so much? And where are some of the areas that this unit's gotten better here over the last couple of weeks?
Definitely communication. First 2 weeks, we really didn't communicate that well. We didn't really know where gaps we were supposed to fit on runs. But the past 3 weeks, we really honed in on those things that can make the big picture in the game. So just filling the gaps and just knowing our communication and our checks and whatever else we have to do. And I just think that's really a big factor.
Last one for me, facing a team that hasn't won a game yet. Coach Freeze called them scary. Does that make them a little more scary in that maybe they're coming out a little hungrier here this week? And that's for both of you guys. Javon, if you want to start.
Not really, but we know that they're going to pull out crazy plays that we probably haven't seen on film. Anything that can just get them the momentum once they figure out if their base game plan isn't working. So we just got to make sure from the defensive perspective, we just got to make sure we just keep our eyes clean and our communication to the top notch.
Yeah, especially like Javon said. I mean, they're going to be at home, 0-5, so I'm definitely thinking they're going to try and pull out some crazy plays that they think we're not expecting. But like I said earlier, we're not really too worried about any outside factors or anything. It's just us against them. We're going to go out and do what we're taught to do every week. We're going to prepare for it.
For both of you, is it kind of an extra challenge? You've shown that you can win at home. You've won 3 in a row here. Now you've got to go on the road. Little extra challenge to kind of show people you guys can win on the road.
Yeah, it will be for sure because it's kind of a long plane ride there. We're going to someone else's house. They already know that we haven't won a game on the road, so everybody's looking at us to possibly not win. But we know as a team what we can go out there and do. We know if we could communicate to the top notch from special teams to offense to defense that we can go put this game out very fast.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be a challenge because we're not going to be in our own place anymore. So, I mean, but we're going to prepare for it. Like the defense, for home games, to go out and prepare for they'll turn the music up as loud as they can to prepare for home games. So maybe offense might go and do that, but we're going to prepare for it. So.